have that sort of brotherly bond between a bunch of bands so that you can do that, and it's not like, I find a lot of bands just animosity between them, and really there shouldn't be, I guess.
Yeah. That's exactly what I'm saying before is like when you like collaborate with someone, it's like something that's you're paying homage to that person or that person's paying homage to you in like a friendly way. It's not like, oh, this is gonna make our song better. Like, who cares if it's gonna make the song better? It's like, you know what I mean? Like, exactly. That's exactly what it is. And what's better than is there anything better than like creating something with a friend? Like, it's not. It's awesome. And that's exactly it. And it was never like getting Daryl to do the record or even Gerard. We took My Chemical Romance on tour, God, like 6 years ago. That's cool. And I mean, they were opening up a tour. Kids, no one cared about them. And Gerard just said to us, like, hey man, next time you guys record, I'd love to like sing on a record. And it just like, the gnarly thing was his grandfather died. He flew back from Europe, went to his grandfather's wake, and then drove straight to the studio and cut that track. And it was like,
that's commitment.
And the best part is like we couldn't get a hold of him because he was in Europe or whatever, so we didn't know what was going on. We didn't talk to him beforehand. We talked to him 4 years before we recorded that record, you know.
So
and he just showed up. It was awesome.
Seriously?
Yeah, it was awesome. And he said, hey, you know, I said I wanted to sing on a song. I'm going to sing on a song.
That's amazing. Just 4 years of commitment right there.
Exactly, man. And that was it. Like, it's basically just paying it forward, man. Like, and it's awesome. Like I said, like creating something with a guy that is your friend is awesome. I mean, we got like a lot of flack. Like, Keith had done a song with Fall Out Boy. He did, you know, live. He did a Pantera song, and like, you know, all these kids were just like, oh, you guys are sellouts, blah, blah. And it's like, dude, here's the deal. I'm going to let you just fill you in. Like, when I was 15 years old, I went on tour with this band. I slept on Pete's floor. I'm 30 years old now. That was 15 years ago. You know what I mean? I've known that dude for 15 years. You know what I mean? Like, it's not something like, oh, man, these guys are hip. Like, they're selling a shitload of records. Like, all right, yeah, E-Tid, Fall Out Boy. You know, it has nothing to do with that. It's like, okay, we're gonna go and we're gonna do something with our friends, like, and that's it. And people looked at it as like a career thing, and it was like it had nothing to do with Every Time I Die. It had nothing to do with Fall Out Boy. It had something to do with great friends of ours playing Buffalo and us collaborating. You know, and that was it. And people read way too into it, and it was bullshit.
It's a shame that people think that way because, like, honestly, like, if a lot of people don't know that Fall Out Boy did start in hardcore bands, then members of that band did start out just like working in like bands and touring.
Dude,
like,
Andy
they started
Hurley,
the same way as everyone else.
Yeah, Andy Hurley, the drummer, used to tour with us.
No way.
Like, straight up, like went on two or three tours with us. And it was funny, man. Those dudes gave us. I remember like Petey giving me a demo saying, hey man, this is my new band, you're probably gonna hate it, blah blah. And I was like, yeah, all right. I'm like, what is it? It's like pop punk. And I remember looking at him like, come on, dude. It was, yeah. So it was like, whatever. It was just really funny. I remember
years later, and then Beat It came out.
Yeah, exactly, man. I mean, it was just like that whole, like, you know, just those dudes in general have always been rad to us. I went on like a cross-country journey, like right before this tour, where I just went out with a friend and visited places and stuff like that. I called Andy Hurley like 10 minutes before I was entering Milwaukee. He's like, yo, dude, I just literally landed at the airport. Like, come pick me up at the airport. We picked him up at the airport, and he put us up at his house for like 2 days. And it was like, there was no, like, I didn't call him beforehand or anything like that. It was like 10 minutes before I was in Milwaukee, and he put me up for 2 days. And it was awesome, you know what I mean?
So
and it was really funny because, you know, people are like, oh man, like, I bet he owns a unicorn, blah, blah. You know, like, he's just a normal, you know, they're just normal dudes that do normal shit, and they just literally got handed a
extraordinary
situation, man. It was, you know, and that's those are the dudes that we incorporate with. Those are the dudes that we want to hang out with. And yeah, they're in the biggest band on earth. That's what happened, you know.
It's amazing that things can just turn out that way.
Exactly, man. And that's it. And the funny thing is, I mean, there's probably some moves that we probably could have made earlier on to get us to that position, but it's, you know,
Do you think you would have been like happier or?
No, not at all. No. This is what we want. You know what I mean? So like, we've literally done everything that we've wanted since the beginning of this band. It's never been, no decision was ever made by anyone else. Literally, you know, we've never compromised. Exactly. And it's funny because, you know, people will say, oh, they sold out, blah blah, they did this, and it's like, who cares? You know, like, we can't write Last Night in Town 5 times. Sorry. You know what I mean? We're not going to fucking... We can't write Jimmy Tango's Method over and over again. We can't write Logic and Crocodiles over and over again. It's just not there. Like, that was literally when we were 8 years old, or it was 8 years ago. I mean, I was 22 years old when I wrote those songs.
If you're still writing the same songs for 8 years, I imagine it'd be boring.
Exactly, man. I mean, save that for other bands. There's a million other bands out there that are happy, that like they can like literally put their musical integrity on hold and just write the same song over and over again. And that, like, with us, we can't do that. Like I said, if we did that over and over again, I mean, fuck.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure.
Yeah. Thank you so much, man.
Oh, absolutely. It was great meeting you. Oh, and also, if you ever get the chance to see Every Time I Die, you have to check them out on stage. They played such a rad show today.
Yeah, please come. It'll be great.